Yo, what's going on everybody? So today I want to make the very first video about Metal Lee that I've ever done, and if you can't tell, I'm absolutely excited about this. Like, I'm so stoked about this, man, because I just realized, I was like, wait a second, I've never talked about Metal Lee outside of like the Boruto episode 4 review that I did a very long time ago, and those of you who've been with me for a long time, you guys already know, like, you know what I'm talking about on that. But dude, we gotta talk about Metal Lee, and you can tell from the title, I'm gonna talk about something super controversial. Can Metal Lee actually surpass Rock Lee? And what gets me so excited about this is I think the answer is yes. Like, I think the answer is yes. I think Metal Lee can actually surpass Rock Lee. And just to be clear, right? Just to be clear, Rock Lee is one of my favorite characters in the Naruto franchise. Like, that whole thing about being better than you were the day before, like better than you were yesterday when you got that in the Kazekage rescue arc. And just Rock Lee's whole approach of hard work and always pushing himself and breaking through his limits. Like, I've always loved that about Rock Lee, man. I've always loved it. I remember when I first got introduced to Rock Lee, I was so hoping that we would see him eventually just put them hands on Neji Hyuga, man. Like, I wanted him to put them hands on Neji and just knock that smug, arrogant smile off of Neji's face, man. And so when you look at Rock Lee's child, Metal Lee, the reason why I think that he can actually surpass him, let's just take out the fact that Metal Lee is coming from a generation that looks like it's going to be more skilled than Naruto's generation. Let's just take that out of consideration. I think that Metal Lee has the potential to surpass Rock Lee just based off the fact that Rock Lee's son can actually use chakra. Like Metal Lee can do something Rock Lee can't do, which is he can use chakra in a battle. He can perform ninjutsu. Like, that's absolutely insane. And in case you forgot, one of the things that we saw was Rock Lee was able to use cooperation ninjutsu and sealing jutsu in the Boruto anime. And if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since I've seen the episode, but it should be around episode 36 or 37 where he's using that cooperation ninjutsu. So it shows that he doesn't have Rock Lee's problem when it comes to using chakra in battle. And what's even crazier about this is the fact that Metal Lee is shown being very skilled at using shuriken jutsu. Now, the one thing he has to work on, which is something Rock Lee has been hammering in on this kid, which is getting over his whole thing about nerves and whatnot. And I know you had the episode where Rock Lee was, pushing Metal Lee, and Gai was giving him tips and pointers, and Metal Lee was realizing I don't need to buy all these trinkets and all this other stuff in order to get over my nerves. And when you look at Metal Lee, that's kind of thing. He's got performance anxiety, but I think you need something like that in order to make the payoff of what's going to happen. I think that once Metal Lee starts using the inner gates, this dude's gonna be a beast. Like, Metal Lee is gonna be the absolute savage of Boruto's generation, because just think about it for a second. Like, when you look at how powerful the inner gates are, like, Might Gai is throwing punches and throwing kicks that can bend time and space at this point. Like, he's able to warp stuff when he's punching. So imagine Metal Lee using ninjutsu while in the inner gates. Dude, oh man, dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm getting so stoked over this, man. Like, imagine if Metal Lee has like lightning change in chakra nature, or God forbid he has earth style chakra and he uses the 7th gate. Oh man, dude, Metal Lee could be a powerhouse. And when you look at how powerful Boruto's team is, it would make perfect sense if Rock Lee's child could put Boruto in his place. And I know somebody's like, what about Sarada? I mean, that's a given. I love Sarada's character, don't get me wrong, and I think that once she masters her Sharingan, she's gonna be an absolute beast. But as of right now, I would say that Metal Lee in a fight could probably take her. But when you take into account that Boruto's team has like a Sage Mode user, he has Boruto with the Karma Seal, he has the Jogan, like, you have to make Metal Lee that character. And what's crazy about this, when you look at the dynamics of Metal Lee's team, you have Metal Lee, who is obviously going to be the powerhouse. You have Iwabe, a guy who, if he was in Naruto's generation, if he would have got the right Jonin to teach him, Iwabe could have been an absolute beast. I know somebody's like, oh, Iwabe, you're crazy. Like, Might Gai was just whipping this dude around on one leg. I get it. I think that's a gag moment more than anything else. Like, don't be wrong, Gai is powerful. Like, when I talked about Might Gai's final 2 missions as a ninja, like, Might Gai on one leg was putting on a taijutsu clinic against Rogue Ninja on an airship. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, Might Gai is still able to finesse people, even though he's got one leg, but I definitely think Iwabe is stronger than what we portrayed. And then when you look at Dinky, I mean, he's a smart guy and all this stuff, but at the same time, like Dinky, with all this stuff with the scientific ninja tech and everything, it would make perfect sense if, say you have a scenario where Dinky creates some type of scientific ninja tool to augment what Metal Lee does. What if, God forbid, we actually have scientific ninja tech that can prevent people from dying from using the gate of death? Like, dude, do you not realize how powerful Metal Lee can be? Do you not realize? Matter of fact, I just want to point this out. Let's just say he doesn't even learn chakra-based attacks as far as like chakra nature. This dude's skilled in shuriken jutsu. So if this dude opens up the 7th gate as a teenager or something, and he just throws kunai or throws shuriken, the force he's gonna throw these shuriken and kunai is gonna be some next level stuff, dude. It's gonna be some next level stuff. Like, Metal Lee, hands down, has the most potential out of anyone in Boruto's generation, not Boruto, Sarada, or Mitsuki. Hands down. And what's really crazy about that is when you add in the fact that, again, he's eventually going to surpass Rock Lee because he can do stuff Rock Lee couldn't do, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing to see what Metal Lee can do in the future. But I wanna know what you guys think. How do you see the future of Metal Lee going? And most importantly, if you could have Metal Lee combine any change in chakra nature to any of his attacks that he's using while being in the inner gates, what chakra nature would you give him? I personally want to see Earth Release, man. I want to see Earth Release. I want to see Metal Lee just making like a fist of Earth chakra and just knocking somebody into Kingdom Come. That's what I want to see. Like, a matter of fact, I'm gonna close out with this. The type of stuff I want to see Metal Lee do when he has that Earth Release fist and he knocks somebody. In Naruto Shippuden, you had that one scene where Naruto's just pissing Sakura off, and Sakura punched this dude so hard that Naruto flew like 300 meters. And the anime, it was either anime or it was a movie, I can't remember which one it was, but the anime actually had like a little ticker that was keeping track of how far Sakura knocked Naruto. Like, that was absolutely hilarious. That was filler, but that was absolutely hilarious. I would like to see Metal Lee actually pull something like that off, but it not be like for a gag moment. Like, he just knocks somebody clean all the way through. Like, if they're fighting in a village, Metal Lee should be able to punch this dude and knock him outside the village and onto the border. Like, I want to see something like that. I want to see a straight Chad moment. I want Metal Lee to be what Broly was in that Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, where as Metal Lee opens up the inner gates, he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and whoever he's fighting just pisses themselves. That's what I want from Metal Lee. But let me know what you guys want in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an incredible day, guys.